They're obviously desperate to find someplace different, but I don't know that we can help them because we have a lot of desperate people here.
If I have to pay taxes so that somebody else can find like a place to live, then I'm happy.
With every new immigrant, I feel that there's like a little nail into the coffin of the United States of America.
Alexa Lavoie for Rebel News here in New York City in the Big Apple to follow up with the migrant crisis. Some people are maybe aware, but recently we heard that some of migrants was housing in hotels, and not only hotel, in shelter also. We are here because we want to have the take of the citizen of New York to see their tax being used to house them in big hotel where the tourist usually is. What the citizen think about it? Do you think that maybe changing the president would change something? How do you think that their money is being used for housing illegal immigrants, and maybe that will get worse? What is their concern? We want to know that. Before I go any further, if you want to help us with our travel expense, go over migrantreports.com and help us right now. Show us your support. What do you think as a New Yorker to see your taxes being used to house migrants in big hotels for weeks and we don't know how long?
That might be a good short-term remedy, but I don't know if that's a good long-term remedy.
I think it's pretty concerning. You know, there's a lot of people coming in. They're obviously desperate to find someplace different, but I don't know that we can help them because we have a lot of desperate people here.
I hope that they find a home, and I hope they find like a welcoming, because like New York City, everybody comes from somewhere.
I am an immigration attorney, believe it or not. I kind of help people to remain in this country, but I think that this policy of letting people in is ruining this country.
I'm a native New Yorker, so you know, people have been coming to New York City for eternity, since the beginning of time. So I'm not really sure if I have an opinion that I want to share about it, honestly.
It's pretty much about short-term, long-term. I understand you have to do some things for right now, but what about 2 years from now, 5 years from now, 6 years from now, 10 years? What is the ultimate goal at the end of that? So that's something that I think the city government as well as the state government should look into.
I don't know, they're in big hotels, but I don't know that it's comfortable for them. I don't know what the conditions are, but I know that there are a lot of people who are born and raised in this country who need help, who aren't getting it.
But you already have a home and you have like everything you need, and these people are looking for that, and everybody deserves that.
With every new immigrant, I feel that there's like a little nail into the coffin of the United States of America.
I definitely know that there's a problem on the streets. I mean, if you walk around and on the subways, things are definitely different than they were several years ago. I'm not sure what the solution to that is, because I definitely feel like people do need places to live and to be housed. I'm not sure that it needs to be in hotels that the taxpayers are paying for, so there's probably something to be figured out.
I would be more encouraged if people who are working on this problem actually sat down together and maybe looked at it beyond just politics of this is what it is right now, what can we do to remedy it in some form or fashion?
If we continue with what we're seeing, you know, thousands of people a week, it's not sustainable.
If I have to pay taxes so that somebody else can find like a place to live, then I'm happy.
Do you think that changing president would change or solve the problem?
I don't think it's the president who can control it. It's some force behind it. I don't know. It's like, you know, one of those deep state that's in charge.
I'm not sure if it's necessarily the president. I mean, in terms of New York City, I'm not sure what the mayor's powers are in that capacity, but I certainly think that there's certainly political red tape that I don't know about.
Well, this is a problem that's been at the forefront of this nation for a very long time, since, if we're going to be honest, since the founding of this nation. So this is not a problem of one president.
Maybe we need like a woman president or whatever. They're all the same. We need a Hail Mary. We need Jesus or whatever, because like the politicians, yeah, they're kind of like all the same.
The real solution would be, I guess, not to let people in. You know, like, I don't know if if it's the wall that's needed or it's something else, more personnel on the border, but it has to be stricter.
Something bad is going to have to happen for them to change what is occurring. It seems like everyone's distracting themselves with other issues in New York right now.
The rents are going high, schools are getting overcrowded, streets overcrowded in Brooklyn, Brighton Beach, and you'll see a lot of people from Uzbekistan, from Georgia, a lot of criminals who don't have any kind of background check before they get into this country.
Financial crisis is real. The housing crisis is real. It's such an expensive city to live in, and there's no way anybody making minimum wage could afford to live in a major city, let alone New York City, certainly in this area.
Traveling here is not cheap, and we need your help to offset our travel expense. If you think that Rebel News needed to report on this issue, go over migrantreports.com, because we need you to continue our journalism and to show you the other side of the story. Thank you.